Hello, my name is Taryn and I make YouTube videos about cleaning, decorating, and mom life. If you are new here, hello, thanks for joining. Please consider subscribing and commenting and liking, doing all the things because that helps me know that you like the video and I'll make more just like it. If you are returning, thanks for coming back. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my birth experience. It has now been 3 months later, so I'm going to be going back and forth between myself right here and my cell phone video footage that my husband mostly took while we were in the hospital. I did not expect to ever show anyone this video, so it's just taken vertically on my phone, and there's a lot of nothing happening, but to us it was really exciting. So I'm gonna try to cut it out and keep it interesting for you, but you'll also have my commentary now and just my thoughts on how things went and what I was thinking in the moment. So I think this will be a really interesting video. Our baby Magnus was born at 37 weeks and 4 days. He had what was called intrauterine growth restriction. We found out that he had that around 34 weeks. At 34 weeks, when I went for an ultrasound, he was measuring behind. He was measuring at around 32 weeks. And there are various reasons why this happened. Sometimes they don't know why it happened. And sometimes it can be very severe. Sometimes it can be more mild and less life-threatening. But either way, it was a little nerve-wracking to find out at 34 weeks that he wasn't exactly the size he was supposed to be. A lot of times with intrauterine growth restriction, the baby is not getting enough nutrients, so they will remove the baby early once they're ready, and then once your baby's out in the world, they can thrive and grow without whatever health issue the mother is having hindering their growth. So after I found out he was measuring behind a little bit, they asked me to come in weekly for ultrasounds and stress tests. Stress tests are when they hook you up to a monitor and they're monitoring your baby's heart rate for a certain period of time just to see if it's following the correct pattern. So baby's heart rates are supposed to go up here and there, but they're not really supposed to drop down. So I went and did that a couple times. When I went back for more ultrasounds every week for a couple weeks, he actually fell further and further behind. So there's a certain percentile that raises concern. I believe it's anything under the 10th percentile. And he was close to that at 34 weeks. And then he started to drop off the normal growth curve. At 37 weeks and 4 days, I went in for the ultrasound and the stress test. After the test, they had me go into a room and talk to a doctor. When I walked into that room, first of all, I was alone. John was at work. It was a conference room, and I had never been in there. And I was like, is this the room where they tell people there's no heartbeat? That was scary. But the doctor said he looks good and ready to come out. He is practicing breathing. And also, your placenta is starting to kind of fail. That is often a reason for intrauterine growth restriction. Some say that it has something to do with advanced maternal age, which is what I am. I'm 36 years old. And he said, we're going to recommend that you induce today. And I trust my doctors. I chose them for a reason. And I said, all right, let's do it. So I called my husband, met him at home. We grabbed our stuff, got in the car, and headed to the hospital. And that's where this picks up. We are heading to the hospital to become parents. I'm 37 weeks and 4 or 5 days. And when I went to the hospital today, they told me that my placenta is not giving everything it's got anymore. So we're gonna have a baby, maybe by the end of the day, maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
I'll be dad.
plans have changed a little bit, and I'm going to have a C-section. So it's it's just after 4:30 now, and we're gonna meet our baby in like an hour, maybe a little bit more. So when we got to the hospital, it was sometime around noon, and we were monitoring the baby, did some tests, and around 4:30 or so, they let me know that they didn't recommend an induction. There's a few reasons. One of them was because he was so little, the induction could be really tough on him. They didn't feel like my body was ready to give birth. I was not dilated at all, and although he was head down, he was really high up. So they said it would be a long induction, fairly painful, and also dangerous for Magnus. And for me, dangerous was really all I needed to hear. Of course, I did not take this decision lightly, but I do not regret the decision.
In an hour, kid. Can't wait to meet you.
I had originally planned to have my husband John in the room when I gave birth and a photographer, but once I decided on a C-section, it turns out that I could only have John. They would not allow a photographer for that, which totally makes sense. It's a surgery. John got suited up into this blue outfit, I guess kind of like scrubs, and we just waited.
It's actually quite a bit smaller than I expected.
Lift up your arm. Is there a hole in your armpit? There is a hole in your armpit already. It's the cutest hairnet you've ever worn?
Yep.
Is it the only hairnet you've ever worn?
I've never worn a hairnet.
Don't forget your shoe things and your mask.
Yeah.
Once it was time to go back for surgery, they put John in this room off of the surgery room and said he was going to wait there, and he would be brought in once I was basically hooked up to all the machines, had all the medication I needed, and was already cut open. He said that he was so nervous waiting because they didn't give him an amount of time. They didn't say like this will take 40 minutes or 20 minutes. So in his mind, it was taking way longer than he expected. He was really nervous. Now, as far as me, I was super nervous. I am very afraid of needles. So the idea of the needles really bothered me. And I remember walking into the room and looking around and just going, oh my God, I'm in a room where they do surgery. I mean, the lights and the tools and everything, just, it was overwhelming. It was very bright in there and it was very cold, but everyone was so nice and that helped a lot. I was sitting on the edge of the bed and they had me lean over and they were putting the needle in my back to give me the medication, which would basically cut off feeling so that they could do surgery while I'm awake, which is pretty typical for C-sections. And I was so scared. I almost backed out at that moment. I remember hearing this girl arranging tools, and they were making that clinking sound, and it was just, I mean, I was losing my mind. Internally, I was having a full-blown panic attack. Outwardly, I didn't say anything. I was really quiet. I just kept telling myself, you know, you're gonna meet your baby. It's gonna be okay. Once I had the medication, like the pain meds and everything, and that started flowing, I felt fabulous. I told them, you know, is this normal to feel kind of? And I didn't really know how to describe it. And they said, high. And I was like, yeah. They said, yeah, some people feel kind of high. So from there on, I actually felt great, and I was able to really be calm and almost enjoy the moment. You know what? I'm not even gonna say almost. I did enjoy these moments, and that is something I ultimately want to convey in this video, is that after having a C-section, I really believe that all birth is beautiful because it results in life. It may not go how you planned or expected. It probably won't go completely how you planned or expected, but it is beautiful. All birth is beautiful. And I believe I had a beautiful birth. So what you're about to see is John when he first saw the baby. I saw him really briefly when they first took him out and held him up over the sheet. And then they took him into another room to check all his vitals and everything, and John got to go in there. I do remember being concerned about whether or not the baby would be breathing when he came out, and before I could even see him, when they went to pick him up, before I could even see him, because there's this big sheet in the way, I heard him cry, and I started to cry because when you're crying, you're breathing. You can't cry and not breathe. So he breathed immediately, and then they held him up, and I remember looking at him, and I am very squeamish, and he was all gunky and gooey, and I was kind of like, oh. I could kind of hear them talking, and they said it was, like a perfect APGAR score, which is a great sign. It means that he arrived ready to live, ready to go. So that's where this is going to pick up now. You're going to see John cut the cord and talk to him a little bit for the first time.
So you can talk to your video.
Yeah.
Say
Oh
what
my
you
God.
want to do.
Well, I'm gonna cut the umbilical cord.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's no nerve ending, so it doesn't
my
hurt
God.
the baby. Hold on a second. Okay, let's start again. There you go.
Oh my God. Oh, his hair actually might be red. I don't know.
I'm gonna weigh him just to make sure that he's big enough to go upstairs to newborn nursery.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey there. We've been so excited to see you. So excited to meet you. Hey. Hey there, you're out now.
All right, 2200, 2205.
All right, we just made it.
That's enough.
Oh.
Okay, so 4 pounds, 13.8 ounces. We'll round up to 4 pounds, 13.8. We'll round up to 414.
Yeah.
You want a picture?
No, I got a video.
Okay,
We're
Perfect. 2205 grams.
beautiful.
Let's see how long he is. Not very is the answer, huh?
Yeah, he's a little small boy.
18 inches. Yep. All right. Small but mighty, huh?
Yeah.
Mighty Magnus.
Oh my goodness, baby. We've been waiting for you.
Aw.
We've been waiting for you. Oh, we've been waiting for you. Oh, you're such a cute baby. Magnus, we love you so much. You ready to meet Mama? You want to see your mom? Let's see, you got 5 toes, 10 toes, 10 fingers. Got some super long fingernails.
Think so.
You ready to meet your mama? Just soaking it all in. Almost ready to conquer life. Oh man. Oh, my little cute baby.
We weigh 4 pounds,
13, yeah, 13.8. Oh my goodness, do you hear Mama? You're already using your eyes, you're seeing all these new things. Oh my goodness. I love you.
Now, once all of that was done, John got to take him out to see me. As you'll see briefly, I am still on the operating table. They're finishing up But it was, to me, an absolutely beautiful and special moment. I think it's really funny because I just barely say anything, and the whole time I was pregnant I kept talking about what I would say when I first met our baby, and then in reality I barely said a thing. All right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We count.
You see the light?
I know.
Don't wait, you need them. Wait, hit that. You're probably hungry, baby. Hi. So we have a little feast. Hi. Hey there. I know. I want to get some food too. We'll get you there. Don't worry. Oh, you looking at me? You trying to use those eyeballs of yours? Hey, buddy. Hey. I'm your daddy.
How is he so calm? Does he not know he's out yet? Like,
No, he knows. That's probably why he's so calm. He's like, I'm out.